What's up, family? Welcome back to another legendary reaction video. Let's go. We got Caitlin Clark in the building, man.
Lightning quick. And talk about the physicality. Dana Evans wrapping up Clark. Yeah, I mean, this is a foul for sure on the dribble.
What's she trying to walk down the aisle with her like they getting married?
Trying to find some space. Goes reverse. That's 5:51 in the first.
The WNBA has long voiced concerns over a lack of media coverage, but now that spotlight is intensifying. This shift is partly attributed to what some call an initiation into the WNBA. However, it's becoming increasingly clear that there is a sense of resentment towards Caitlin Clark.
It's not resentment, it's jealousy.
Many players aspire to reach her level of success and visibility, but the reality is they can't replace her unique qualities. Caitlin Clark stands out not just for her skills, but for her individuality. She truly is one of a kind. Her exceptional talent has seemingly made her a target for overly aggressive plays and unsportsmanlike conduct, with opponents seeking to make a statement at her
Hold on. Run that back again.
aggressive plays kind. Her exceptional talent has seemingly made her a target for overly aggressive plays and unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's not her fault, overly aggressive plays taking place. It just, comment down below, family. Would you deal with someone who got more pride or someone who are jealous? I'll take pride because I can ignore the pride all day. You know what I'm saying? That's just them feeling themselves, thinking they don't stink. Their attitude or their composure or their demeanor don't stink. But as far as someone jealous, they'll do anything possible, whether it's wrong or right, by any means necessary. Jealousy is like a disease, man. It's like hate in your blood. And when you want to do anything possible to be overshining or over top of somebody, and you don't know how to share the limelight or be grateful for someone when they have their opportunity to be great in their point in time in their life, and you can't wait your turn because life is a marathon and not a sprint, they'll do anything possible, steal, whatever. It's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
With opponents seeking to make a statement at her expense. Despite being one of the brightest stars in the league, she finds herself targeted not just by her opponents, but by a wave of hostility that's tough to ignore. From bully ball tactics to direct aggression, it seems there's a joint effort to challenge her rise. As Charles Barkley pointed out, what she's done for the game the last couple of years, I mean, she is a shining star. Then the thing I like about her is she doesn't say a word.
Oh, her game speaks for herself. Class. She literally defeats the jealousy with class, bro.
Never said a word about anybody. She just shows up and does her job. But Caitlin Clark has reached her limit with the challenges, and she is not playing it cool anymore. She has taken a stand, effectively silencing her WNBA bullies. In her latest games, Clark's response has been truly remarkable, transforming the negativity into fuel for her performance. But we'll dive into the details of how she did that in just a moment. Clark's introduction to professional basketball has been anything but gentle. Since her debut, she's endured more than her fair share of rough treatment, shoves, elbows, and full-body hits that stretch the boundaries of normal gameplay. And these aren't just random acts of aggression. They seem motivated by something more personal. It might be envy driving these attacks.
Envy, yep, like I said, and they're intentional, but they try to come off innocent.
And stepping into the spotlight, Clark has captured almost all of the media attention. Fans flock to see her, filling seats not just at home games, but even on the road. Her presence alone has boosted ticket sales and lined the pockets of team owners with increased revenue. For many of her peers, who were once top players in the league, it must be a tough pill to swallow. They're not used to being overshadowed, especially by a newcomer, no matter how talented. Perhaps their frustration is compounded by the lucrative endorsements that now seem reserved for Clark. Few things are as infuriating as seeing someone else earn the money you believe you deserve. This sentiment may be at the heart of the hostility she faces. Many players, particularly those who are black, perceive a double standard in how the media coverage and player popularity are distributed.
Don't come on, man. Don't do this. Race wars and all that.
They're convinced that if Caitlin Clark were black, the extraordinary level of fame she has achieved wouldn't be occurring. Also, there's a concern among players about being overshadowed or replaced. Clark is often touted as potentially the greatest basketball player ever, a notion that instills fear in her peers.
Check this out.
Well, that mean iron sharpens iron, right? If she instilling those type of fear or a notion of fear in her peers, then they need to step their game up, man. Ain't got nothing to do with her.
They worry that she will surpass them in popularity, earnings, and lasting legacy, overshadowing their achievements in the league. The reasons behind her challenging experiences in the WNBA are complex and possibly even intentional. Now, in the first matchup between Clark's Fever and Angel Reese's Chicago Sky, tensions were high and a confrontation seemed inevitable. As the game approached its climax near the end of the third quarter, a contentious moment unfolded. Kennedy Carter delivered an off-ball hip check on Clark, initially called a standard foul. The seriousness of the action led officials to later upgrade it to a flagrant one.
As they should. And on top of it, you can't stop greatness, bruh.
During this time, Angel Reese was seemingly celebrating the foul on Clark. Later, she claimed she was just showing support for her teammate. However, given the well-documented rivalry between her and Clark dating back to their college days, many doubted these claims. But despite the rough play, Clark remained composed. She made the resulting free throw, and the Fever narrowly clinched the game with a final score of 71-70. Clark ended the game with a solid line of 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Reese grabbed 13 rebounds. Addressing the incident with Carter, Clark showed understanding and sportsmanship, praising Carter's performance throughout the season and even suggesting she was a top contender for 6th Player of the Year, highlighting the competitive spirit that defines professional basketball. However, Clark was growing wary of the consistent challenges from her WNBA counterparts. In their latest clash, she decided it was time to turn the tables on her WNBA bullies. She displayed her Olympian-level skills on the court, yet, due to a controversial decision by the USA women's team, she will not be
I
participating
didn't even know that women's basketball had a team USA
in the
team.
Olympics this summer.
What?
An exclusion some attributed to an anti-Clark agenda. But I'll let you be the judge on that. During a critical
So comment down below, family. Do you feel like the jealousy / enviness or envy is truly exposing the true colors of opponents, let alone peers of Caitlin Clark? I do, because obviously these aren't mistaken acts. Like, they're truly intentional. I just feel like they bum juice. The ones who doing it are bum juice. And my definition of bum juice is, or a bumbleitis, is basically a hater that doesn't seem to feel like they are great, so they have to do these acts to try to debunk someone else's greatness, which is Caitlin Clark. Also, I feel like they need to hold these individuals more accountable and need to step up as referees, let alone call out these foul acts. Because that girl just bumping Caitlin Clark says because she was excited for her teammate or whatever, cheering or whatever. I don't understand where that even come from if y'all both seeking to get the rebound. You're seeking to get the rebound from an offensive standpoint, the girl in the blue, because obviously she was trying to get an offensive rebound. Caitlin is trying to get the rebound defensively and bring it back down to her other side of the court. What did that have to do with her being cheerful of her teammate by bumping Caitlin Clark? That just doesn't make sense. A lot of these acts aren't even reasonable stands to even make a point, or they don't even have a valid point to why they do what they do in regards of not trying to admit that they are jealous, but just saying, oh, it just happened, So I'm curious to see you guys' standpoint on it. I feel like it's corny, it's uncalled for, and it takes away. It truly shows that it weeds out the greatness from the losers, and it weeds out who really there to play ball and really be better and be, continue to evolve and be great, and those who are just like, there's always going to be individuals that should be in the WNBA, and there's going to always be individuals that aren't in the WNBA that should have been in the WNBA. You know what I'm saying?
moment in the game, Clark demonstrated why many see her exclusion as a mistake. She caught a pass while sprinting and maneuvered around an Aaliyah Boston screen. She passed her the ball, and after just one dribble, she launched a 30-foot shot. As the ball soared towards the hoop, Clark maintained her follow-through with confidence that the shot was money. And when the ball sank into the net, the arena erupted in cheers. Clark's response was just as dynamic as it has always been.
First of all, let's take an acknowledgement to say they can't even catch her. They too busy trying to debunk her greatness, and they can't even chase their own greatness, so they trying to tear down someone else's greatness, and they can't even defend her. So, what does that tell you, right?
This pivotal game ended with a 91-83 victory for the Fever over the Chicago Sky, marking Indiana's second consecutive win against the Fever and their first back-to-back wins this season. Clark was undeniably the driving force behind the victory, delivering the most comprehensive performance of her young WNBA career. Clark came out firing for the Fever, sinking her first 3 shots and notching 7 points in the opening quarter, a total that matched her entire output from the previous game against the Atlanta Dream. However, her mindset against the Chicago Sky was clear. She was determined to stand up for her adversaries. In front of another enthusiastic crowd, Clark responded emphatically. She was flawless from inside the arc, hitting all 7 of her 2-point attempts, and displayed what might be considered her most tenacious defensive effort of the season. And this marked a significant advancement for both the Fever and for Clark herself. Despite facing aggressive play, the rookie's influence was clear throughout the contest. But then the game took a rough turn when, as Clark drove to the basket late in the third quarter, Angel Reese attempted to block.
That was a dirty foul. That was dirty.
Her shot, missing the ball. Reese ended up striking Clark across the head. Clark fell hard to the floor, but she quickly got back to her feet. This incident not only highlighted Clark—
Come on, bro. Really? You wasn't trying to get the rebound. You wasn't trying to block the shot. She already went up, bro. You want her head, her arms all the way over there. I can see number 20, Angel Reese's teammate, trying to get the block because she actually got a more likely, she's positioned in a more likely way where she can get the block. But Angel Reese, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? First of all, you ain't going to block no shot from behind because the whole point of defense is you're supposed to stand in front of them and stay in front of them. Like what, bro?
Clark's resilience, but also significantly affected Reese's game. The foul added to Reese's troubles, landing her in foul trouble and diminishing her impact in the game's second half, ultimately reducing her impact as the Fever pushed forward to capitalize on their momentum. And true to her resilient nature, Clark remained unwavering by Reese's aggressive play and continued to excel on both ends of the court. She took charge of the Fever's offense and significantly bolstered her defensive efforts, which has been a point of criticism throughout her rookie season in the WNBA so far. With less than 6 minutes remaining in the game, Clark found herself defending against Chicago's top scorer. Mabry attempted to shake Clark using a screen set by Camelia Cardoso. However, Clark, showing her improved defensive skills, chose not to go under the screen. Instead, she fought over it and successfully blocked what Mayberry had assumed would be an uncontested three-pointer. Clark ended up dropping a game-high 23 points, shooting 7 for 11 from the field, including
7 for 11?
3 three-pointers. She also had 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and blocked 2 shots, nearly achieving a triple-double. After the game, the Chicago Sky rookie suggested that the officiating had been biased against her team during the matchup. She expressed
bias? Bro, look at your action. Always quick to play victim, but don't look at your action. Look at your acts of gameplay.
Frustration about the inconsistency in foul calls, stating, "I think we went up strong a lot of times and we didn't get a lot of calls. Going back and looking at the film, I saw
they did it, so what's the problem when I did it?
A lot of calls that weren't made."
And you think you're going to be successful doing this? I'm not taking away your gameplay, bro, but if you don't change that demeanor, it's definitely going to overtake you and fall into seeping into your gameplay, let alone your mentality, and then you're just going to be trash.
I guess some people got a special whistle. In contrast, Clark's focus remained undeterred by any controversy surrounding officiating. For her, the game was about seizing the moment and executing under pressure. Reflecting on a critical moment when she was at the free throw line, Clark said, "What's going through my mind is I need to make these 2 free throws. That's all I'm thinking about. Just part of basketball. It is what it is. Just trying to make a play on the ball and get the block." The Indiana Fever have won 3 of their last 4 games, and while Coach Sides acknowledges that the team is evolving and is far from being a polished unit, there are clear signs of progress. Importantly, Clark is playing a pivotal role in this development, demonstrating her ability to confront and overcome the challenges posed by her opponents, effectively silencing her critics game by game. Her tenacity on the court is undeniable. She embraces pressure rather than shying away from it and refuses to let anything diminish her ability on offense. Despite facing numerous challenges and underhanded tactics from opponents, she consistently chooses to rise above, maintaining her integrity and focus.
And get
Her
mad at
approach is
that.
all about taking the high road, staying focused and poised no matter what comes her way. And as we've seen, Clark's ability to shut down her bullies and dominate in the league has been nothing short of inspiring. Her resilience.
Look, man, you eat what you kill. It's competition out there. At the end of the day, she's upholding her end of the bargain. She's staying focused, not getting distracted. Look, man, courage. And she's being a leader, beyond leader.
And skill are transforming her into the player the WNBA has long feared, but now must embrace. And talking about fear, make sure to check out this next video to see more about how Caitlin Clark is changing the game and why she's exactly what the league feared.
Well, family, comment down below. I believe she's shutting them down in a classy way, all the WNBA bullies, let alone the critics. She's not entertaining it. Sometimes silence is the best answer and let the game speak for itself, and that's what she's doing, keeping it strictly about basketball, staying present in the moment, and doing what she needs to do to be valuable to her team, let alone as she already brought value to the WNBA. Comment down below on your thoughts, guys, your perspective. I'm always enjoying interacting with you guys down in the comments because that's what it's about here. Having interesting, positive, pure positive conversation. But it goes to show in any sport and just in the way of life, the value we take from this is always keep a positive composure, demeanor, and handle things the right way, even when things may be tough and you're tested to act out or handle in a way which you really would like to. But at the end of the day, your professionalism and classiness will supersede all of that in the way you approach everything. And it's about 90% of it is about how you respond and how you react, and 10% of it is just life. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let the love supersede the hate. Until next time, family, peace.